Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Long before the sun comes up, the journey begins.
5,
A 5:30 a.m. stretching session,
8.
followed by a 5:45 a.m. run in the shadow of the U.S. Capitol.
I found myself with no place to stay.
And for people like Jeffrey Robinson,
I was homeless, in other words,
it's a chance to get back on his feet.
that I'm actually on my way trying to transition out of this shelter within the next couple of months.
Back on my feet, we combat homelessness through the power of running, community support, essential employment, and housing resources.
Resources this D.C. nonprofit says its members must earn through sweat equity. It's designed to instill both self-confidence and a sense of discipline.
Once a member commits to 30 days of running and they have 90% attendance, we welcome them into our workforce development program. And if you can show up 3 days a week at 5:45 in the morning, you're going to show up to work.
And while Jeffrey is currently in the midst of that program, trusting the process by putting one foot in front of the other. At Gilbert Signs in Northwest Washington,
9 miles,
we meet another man
6 miles, 12 miles.
who's been down that same path.
Grateful. I'm grateful for this job.
Trey St. John is a recent graduate of Back on My Feet. And before he started running the streets in 2017, he was living on them.
It's very scary not knowing the next place you're going to lay your head or even what you're going to eat.
But as he logged the miles, Trey realized he wasn't alone.
Back on My Feet did a whole lot for me.
And eventually, the organization helped him land a job here in the shipping and receiving department of this family-owned company, where Trey is now a full-time employee with a steady paycheck.
I used to get up at 5:45 to run with them in the morning. And now I'm up at 5:30 at work. That taught me a whole lot. Come a long way. And I feel very good today. Physically, mentally, spiritually, also emotionally.
Nice job, everybody.
So Trey's success story is one that's shared often
Pace yourself.
during those cold, early morning meetups with Back on My Feet.
You have to stay focused, not only in the runs, but just in life. You just keep pushing, don't give up.
For Jeffrey, it's a reminder that the journey out of homelessness is a marathon, not a sprint.
5:45, we show our will.
5:45, we show our will.
And the reward, waiting at the finish line,
Good job.
is a fresh start.
We are one.
We are one.
Back on my feet on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Back on my feet.
Heather Graf, ABC 7 News. Like clockwork every year, the decorations go up and local costume shops prepare for a rush.
Hands down, October is our busiest month.
But at Total Fright in Crystal City,
And so it's quite easy.
owner Lorenzo Caltagirone will tell you the biggest request he's getting in recent days has nothing to do with Halloween.
Usually come last minute. And so they come in and they're all like, do you have any shark costumes? I'm like, yeah, we have some.
A sudden uptick in shark sales that can be traced back to Nats Park, and specifically outfielder Gerardo Parra, who captured the hearts and hands of Nationals players and fans when he started using the Baby Shark tune as his walk-up song.
I think it's great. I mean, it's a signature move. It's different than just doing the wave all the time. This is something unique that everyone can get into.
And people all over the DMV are doing just that, singing and showing their support on social media, often in costume.
I can just show you right here.
And Lorenzo has plenty of those inside his store.
So obviously we have the adult size.
Or shark headbands and hats, and of course, kids' outfits too.
I like this one. That was the cutest one. That's the baby one.
By now, Lorenzo knows the song and all the moves.
But then you have the mama one and the daddy one, right?
But you won't catch him singing.
Oh no, absolutely not.
He says priority number one is keeping the shark costumes in stock.
And I'm already on the phone with some of my vendors.
Because running out while the Nationals are in the World Series,
I hope we win.
that would be scary. We all know her,
I was made by a team of inventors at Amazon.
and we've likely all had a conversation. Hey Alexa, with Amazon's voice-activated virtual assistant.
What time is it?
But now,
It's 6:44 p.m.
we're learning a little bit more about Alexa's future in Arlington.
Amazon HQ2 is a planned new corporate headquarters in Crystal City, Arlington, Virginia.
On Friday, Amazon posted several new job listings for its second headquarters, including one for a principal product manager on the Alexa experience team.
Amazon is always looking for smart people.
We've also learned Amazon's vice president for Alexa is moving from Seattle to Northern Virginia to hire and lead a group of HQ2 employees who will focus on the international growth of Alexa.
Check out job listings at www.amazon.jobs.
So we had to ask one last question.
Are you excited about HQ2?
But even Alexa doesn't have all the answers about Amazon's plans.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
And a haunting message left behind by a young shooting victim. The 17-year-old Dunbar High School football player was found shot to death just days ago in D.C. And tonight, Heather Graf spoke to his heartbroken coach and grieving teammates about the words that will stay with them forever.
I'm from Baakie, Washington.
Poetry is not typically a part of football practice.
In D.C., it's nothing but people trying to take your life away.
But at Dunbar High School, this poem is hard to forget.
It's a blessing to see the age 20.
The words a heartbreaking reminder of a teammate and a friend whose absence is being felt on the field and off.
I mean, it was devastating. It was devastating.
It was head football coach Maurice Vaughn who had to share the news with most of his players. 17-year-old Baakie Washington Scrubs and his father were found shot to death last Friday inside their apartment in Northeast Washington.
Me as a coach, this is the first time that I've lost a kid, you know, to the senseless violence of the street. Just processing it has been hard for me, the coaches, and the kids.
And though they're playing through the pain, Vaughn can't help but think about the poem Baakie wrote not long before his death, a poem about violence in the district.
And, you know, you see what these kids are dealing with.
Where I'm from, you get killed over stupid stuff.
Assistant coach Marlon Richardson held back tears as he read it aloud.
It's out of control, and I hope something can be done to pull this together to get it to stop.
Football, poetry.
I mean, it's a deep poem.
And a powerful message from Baakie. They come here to pay tribute.
It's something that you don't want to wish on anybody.
And behind every face on this wall of honor, you'll find a story of sacrifice and loved ones who are hurting.
So on January 8th in 2004, my brother and I were deployed to Iraq together, and he was killed in action. He was flying in the back of a medevac helicopter when it was shot down, and everybody on board was killed.
A loss that for Ryan Weaver was just the beginning.
My family became a two-time Gold Star family when my brother-in-law, Randy Billings, was killed in action in Afghanistan.
But inside this Crystal City hotel on this Memorial Day weekend, Ryan also knows he isn't alone.
You see how much this matters to people.
The Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, also known as TAPS, is an Arlington-based nonprofit that hosts more than 2,000 military families every year for this special holiday.
This is my son, Sergeant Jonathan Garcia.
Families.
He had a smile that was so bright.
Forever connected by a shared sorrow.
It gives me strength and courage to know that I have others here that are just like me.
When you dare take a breath.
And since Ryan has always found music to be therapeutic.
So I'm a former Black Hawk helicopter pilot turned country music artist.
On Saturday night, he's lending his talents to the cause.
This is this is the first time that I'm going to have an opportunity to perform in front of a almost all Gold Star family audience.
Paying tribute the best way he knows how.
I think it's going to be a really powerful moment.
On behalf of his brothers and heroes gone too soon.
What Memorial Day really is about.
Heather Graf, ABC 7 News. It was a confetti falling from the sky kind of Saturday.
Baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo.
A day that brought big crowds and baby sharks of all ages to the nation's capital.
She is 3 months and 2 weeks.
Every one of them here for a long-awaited World Series championship parade.
Baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark.
How many times do you think you'll sing that today, Tyler?
At least 100 probably.
It was just after 2 p.m. when the double-decker buses carrying the Nationals players began the Victory March down Constitution Avenue.
We could see him turn the corner and start coming down. It was like you're a kid on Christmas and you see a bike underneath a tree.
And not long after that, we spotted this sign near the start of the parade route.
We've been cheering 14 years in 7 states, spanning 2 coasts and 3 time zones.
Dedication that brought Vivian and Michael to D.C. on a last-minute flight, and for only a few hours.
So we landed at around 10 a.m. today, and then we're flying out at 6 p.m.
Just enough time to see Juan Soto taking a selfie, Sean Doolittle carrying a lightsaber, and the World Series trophy being raised high in the air.
We would have regretted this for the rest of our lives if we weren't here.
Because being here and experiencing this
Bumpy roads
is something the team,
one beautiful place,
and its fans have always hoped for. And long after the confetti is all cleaned up, the memories from this day will remain.
But this is just a dream come true.
Heather Graf, ABC 7 News.